Any experiences you want to share, or anything that you want to talk about?
I think the most important core component to me that I found out was that it wasn't so much any exterior thing. It was limits I set on myself on almost everything.
Right.
And getting past those is the trick, because they're part of you.
Right.
There's areas in my life I'm extremely confident in.
Right.
And there's areas in my life that just seem to be this whirlwind of repetitive roadblocks. And the realization that, it's all inside me. And I'm the one that has to release them.
Right. Okay, so you've made some progress, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Since then.
Yeah.
And once you discovered these limitations, you basically said,
Yeah, I mean, we've been working on our $30,000 raise this month.
Yeehaw!
So I was not unhappy with that, but I could still fill the wall. And I'm thinking, well, if you need a $30,000 raise, what happens if you could actually remove the wall?
What happened if the law started working for you?
We've done the thing where, can you accept $1 million? And you go through it, but you don't really accept it on the first try. Maybe, at least I don't. But I'm now aware that the wall that used to be here is now here, and as long as it can be here, why can't it be there?
Exactly. Exactly.
If I ask a question?
Sure.
What did you notice that you're able to do to push the wall that allowed you to get that raise?
He reset my limits, and it wasn't like there's a magic pill, and all of a sudden I went from earning $40,000 a year to $400,000. But there was a resistance before that's now been moved out, and I'm confident that if I keep doing this, it'll keep moving out and out and
In
out.
general, or was there something specific?
You were talking monetarily, or there's so many aspects of your life that you want to improve.
I guess where the wall was.
I used to have
How did you know that it was moving?
I used to have a multi-million-dollar computer company when I was in Colorado, and eventually, piece by piece, it got taken away from me. And as every piece was taken away, I brought my limits back, and back, and back, and then reset them lower and lower and lower. And at the end of this, I finally decided, I've really had enough of this, and started questioning. I used to go to a church that practiced the law of attraction, and all. It's just, you have to accept it about yourself, that the limit is self-imposed, and that you can fix this. You can reset that back outwards. Because most of us have no problem being able to earn as much money as we want to earn. But what stops us is ourselves. There's a belief inside ourselves that, oh gosh, there's been 10 things in a row wrong. There's going to be 11. There's going to be 12. There's going to be 13. Well, those are self-imposed beliefs. And we certainly live in trying times where there can be evidence for either case.
Yeah.
I mean, my ex-wife used to have this incredible ability. She would walk into a restaurant and get bad service. There could be 15 of us at the table, but she expected to get bad service. And every other time it was, you look at her and go like, how did you do that? That's incredible.
Special talent.
Well, that's a negative one that hurts her. Well, I frankly expect to walk into a restaurant and pay for food and get good food. And I very, very seldom don't. But that's a silly little limit. It's like, if you watch The Secret, getting the parking spot. Hit the parking spot every time. So I was able.
When I would run, I get the parking spot every time.
Oh yeah, that's what.
And if I rush to find one, then there's usually one that opens up in front, a closer spot when she's with me, and maybe I didn't take it because we were rushing or something.
So what the problem is we can accept something simple like a parking spot, but accepting the things that we really want, whether it's monetary, whether it's love, whether it's success, whatever it is, we've all set this limit. And what he's talking about is the limit that's got to be moved. It's not that you don't have the capability of doing it.
Right.
Look at Forrest Gump. There's plenty of people out there walking around like that. But, it's your limit. And if you don't if you can move the limit bar out and out, then you've got that extra pool to swim in.
Would you call a limit with another term for it be a comfort zone?
Maybe a comfort zone, maybe a danger zone. Maybe I'm comfortable in here, because I certainly wasn't comfortable where I was. But I had to readdress. And it's working with people like Michael that I know this is right. And sometimes you have to hit it with a hammer a whole bunch of times just to move it an inch, and sometimes you can make a big leap.
Okay. You were asking him specifically what was happening. The interesting thing about this work is that we're all different, and we all have different, turning points, as you will. Different turning points, different needs, different decisions, because all of us have different decisions. Now, there are certain decisions, for example, that are what I call archetypal. And archetypal decisions would be, who am I representing when I'm doing this? For example, am I the hero? Am I the mother? Am I the, whatever? These are archetypes. These are ways that we see ourselves when we take action. So in taking action, we can come across as being the hero or the mother or whatever until we get slammed in the face and then we're no longer the hero. And then life sort of flies in the face of our archetype and then we're confused. And then we get to be the victim or then we get to be something else, another archetype. So victim tyrant is a good example of this. You're yelling and screaming at those who have no power over you and you're cowering in fear and feeling abused by everybody else. These are different archetypes that complement one another and go together. And we all tend to fall into one category or another, and we cover these during the course. But primarily, it's all about decisions. It all boils down to decisions. What are the decisions that we have made that have set our parameters or set our wall or set our limits? And do we even want to move those? I don't assume, for example, if I do a session with you, that you want to move your limits. You may be perfectly comfortable where you are. In which case I say, great, that's wonderful. How can I help you today? It's not about me. In other words, it's not about where I think you should be. It's about who you are and where you would like to be or where you want to be and what's standing in the way of where that is. So, good points, both of them. Here's a meetup group. What's the date today?
Why do you like it?
February, what's the date today? February what? February 10th. February 10th. I got the month right. That's right. Here we are in the meetup group.
Gosh, I guess. Well, you have to give them a pay. Yeah, that's good news.
Yeah.
Pay the 95. It is.